Hey, done with my weekend and getting back into work tomorrow. I just set my alarm to go off as usual, and the little on the phone it said this alarm will go off in 4.5 hours. So I'm not going to get much sleep tonight. So let's get this shave done. Today's soap is a new one to me. I was gifted a sample, and it is called Mandate of Heaven by Murphy and McNeil. I just heard about this maker a couple days ago. I don't know how long they've been around, but if here's a little, they stuffed it in this little Burt's Bees tin, and I'm really glad they did. I just heard about it and was really curious. It looks like it's a pretty soft soap, really almost more like a cream. And so we'll take a 1/4 teaspoon here, and I'm going to press it into the bottom of my lather bowl, and then I'll also rinse my face. The brush we're using today is a 1305 from Semogue. Has broken in very nicely. It's already really comfortable, and we're on track to keep using my Nacet blade inside my Gillette Sheraton. So today is use number 125. There's the back of the envelope there that showed use number 124. And I've showed you everything else. So let me go and do what I said. So this is a really soft, it really is kind of a cream. The top notes are mandarin, basil, and ginger. Middle or heart notes, nutmeg, lotus, and incense. And then the base notes are violet, musk, and amber. I definitely get the mandarin right off the bat. Maybe a little bit of that ginger. It's almost like a minty, little bit of a bite to it. Maybe the amber. I'm not picking out too much else. With so many notes, there might be a whole lot of blending going on, you know, so my nose may not be that great for that. As usual, shake out most of the water. This is the 3D printed bowl from Roger Quintero, and I'll have a URL for that in the video description if you want to go to the website. That contains the modeling files if you have a 3D printer. I've heard that some libraries, public libraries, have 3D printers. And there are online services if you don't have one. I've seen some really good reviews on this soap. So let's just see. So I'm sure it'll be good. I used a 1/4 teaspoon, which is usually what most soaps require to get me enough lather to do the job. This is coming together really well. You don't usually go for creams. I usually like a little bit firmer stuff, but this is doing well. I got a lot of soaps, and creams, I believe, are going to deteriorate faster because the nature of them. Harder soaps, some of those hard puck soaps like Fine or Tobacco or DR Harris, those triple milled ones, PDP, Prix de Provence 63, those are going to last decades. I don't believe creams are quite so robust. But let's give it a shot. Lather looks really good. On the website, I believe it said that the scent level was light to medium. Looking very good. There's something coming up and snapping at me, if you will. Maybe it's the ginger. Maybe a combination of a little incense. A little bit of mandarin, maybe. Yeah, it almost feels like there's going to be a cooling effect when I put it on. Not a fan of that, but yeah, mint, you know, some kind of, maybe one of these things is has a minty nature to it. Lather is looking very nice. Nice and creamy. Looks like it'd be thick if you want it to be thick. So now it's got 2 teaspoons in it of water. Looks like the 1/4 teaspoon of the cream or, you know, soft soap is going to be plenty enough to give me the lather I need based on the quantity I'm seeing in my bowl. Okay, let's just kind of dip into it. A little bit of cushion. I can just feel that I have ridges on my fingerprints. So let's just see if stopping at that point is a good idea. Not all soaps are the same. Okay, so I am going to splash a little bit of water on my face just to rehydrate. Cold water, it's winter. Not going to have any real standing water on there. It is hard water, so it looks like this soap does just fine in that. This is a pretty young brush. I think this is the 7th use of it. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of minty nature to whatever this is. I don't know which aspect to it is doing that. I don't like it. Not my thing. I can see why people do like it. It's refreshing. Yeah, just kind of straight peppermint is kind of what it smells like. Maybe that's not what it is, but just what I'm getting the impression of. Lather feels pretty good. Maybe just as a cooling agent. It's not supposed to be part of the scent profile. Okay. Now, why they would call this Mandate of Heaven, I'm not really sure. Their website was interesting. They would tell you a story about what Mandate of Heaven means. Then underneath that, they would just give you the scent notes. And they didn't really tie the two together. I guess they're just kind of trusting on you to figure that out yourself. A little bit of tugging, but that's kind of expected at this point, since this blade is old. But it's really only the first pass that it happens. And it's not really uncomfortable. Very much at all. There we go. I'm going to leave my face a little glistening. Let's see if that changes the lather a little bit. Jam this brush down into the lather and we kind of fill it up. Nice shiny lather. Oh, I don't really want all that water in my goatee to flush out my lather. Nice soft bristles here. Yeah, this water that was on my face really helped the lather come together a little bit more. Looks like the base that they have with in terms of lather performance is looks like it's pretty good. Reasonably slick first pass rinse. I just don't like this scent because of the whatever cooling it is going on. Minty stuff. Kind of getting in the way of the other scents for me. Nice comfortable shaving from here on out. Pretty much do 3 cross grain passes on my neck because a true with the grain pass would have me moving the razor across this way, and the neck is concave, and so you wouldn't be really getting a good contact, you know, only the corners would. Slickness seems really nice. I'm getting a good glide with the razor. And rinse. All right, that was an excellent rinse. It was just feeling really slick, just enough cushion to kind of have a creamy feel. So that was nice. So it looks like maybe this particular lather needed that extra water that I had on my face before I put the pass on. So let's see if I duplicate that again. Third pass. Yeah, this one needs a little bit more. I didn't leave as much on my face. May have even habitually dried my face, I don't know. Spray a little bit on my brush, spray a little bit on my face. There we go. So I've done lathering for my third pass, and I still have plenty in the bowl. Enough for maybe 2 passes more. So it looks like 1/4 teaspoon of soap is definitely enough to get you where you want to go. All right, third pass, quickie. Focusing carefully on my kind of neck trouble spot there first, and then everything else is kind of a cakewalk. For some reason, this Sheraton just really handles this old blade really well. This is the first blade I've taken to so many uses. I'm interested to see when I do another one this high, another blade maker, does the Sheraton still act as the razor that's best in these high use counts? So the interesting thing about this, I probably won't buy this soap, buy a full tub, just to have a maker representative, you know, because it's so soft. That's just my own penchant, foible, if you will. But I highly recommend it based on this first impression. Slickness is excellent. Creaminess was no problem. Lather looks terrific. It looks like it performed pretty well. If you overhydrated it just a touch, the face feel really good. So I'm really happy with that. This particular scent isn't my bag. On their website, since they kind of tell a story about the name of the fragrance, and then they list their fragrance notes, it's kind of hard as a user to walk away with a good impression of how it might smell. And I think that's the whole goal of the descriptive part of the website. Tell what the dominant notes are, not because you can look at 9 scent notes, the ones I read out, like mandarin and nutmeg. For instance, I easily smelled mandarin. I didn't easily smell nutmeg. So you don't know the percentages. You don't know the focuses when they just list out all the notes. And so I guess that's a problem for me. But the cool thing is they have a sample system. You can just choose the size. I was on eBay, and I don't know if the eBay is the same as, I can't remember if eBay is the same as their web store, but you can choose a smaller sample size for just a few dollars. So that's pretty cool. So that might be what one needs to do with this one, because, I wasn't really able to tell the violet, the incense, the lotus. I'm really thankful that I didn't really smell any basil. It's not my thing. And so there are definitely scent notes in there that you're just not going to smell very much of. Maybe they're being perfect supporting players to help the medley of and the sophistication to work together, all the scent notes, and that's okay. But you just don't know, you can't read it and know what it's going to smell like. So hopefully people will post reviews and help people to know and steer them in the right direction to let them know what some dominant pieces are. But really happy with the performance. Really nice. If you like the really soft soaps, this may be a good one for you. Less than a quarter of a teaspoon was all I needed for a good shave. I have no irritation. Face feels pretty good. So I'm thinking the post shave is probably pretty nice on this one. I have oily skin, so it doesn't matter too much for me. But I definitely could walk away from this shave. I'm getting no dryness or tightening or anything like that. So I'm really happy about the post-shave about this. Could definitely walk away without any kind of post-shave treatment. Already showed you how much lather we had. Turns out I basically just used up. Dang it, I think I did refill it, but I can't remember. If you saw me refill it and come back after the 2 teaspoons, I don't think I did. I don't think I refilled it. So just 2 teaspoons of water was all that was needed to put this lather together. So that's pretty cool. This Boar, this little tiny Boar, wasn't really holding too much water once I shook a lot of it out anyway. So a lot of water didn't come from that. So I'm really thankful for the sample. I started hearing about this new soap maker. And so it's really cool that I was able to have somebody forwarded a sample with me with something else I purchased online. So I'm really happy about that. Let me clean up, then we'll say bye. All right, all done cleaning up. Really happy all the way around with this. Still haven't put any post-shave product on. Face feels great. Good. It looks like it's a good product. Murphy and McNeil, I believe. Mandate of Heaven. Everything else did great. Nice close shave. Oh, I forgot to look at the closeness. Oh, yeah. That's nice. I'm really getting a hang of the right angles to come in. This trouble spot area next to my Adam's apple. It angles down like this, and I had previously been coming down from this way across the grain. But once I started coming down from the bottom, I believe it has a slight against the grain twinge to it. And as long as I'm careful, take it easy, I feel for when it might be biting too much. And then I'm able to safely navigate that area and get a nice close cut. Really crazy that I got that close with a blade that's 125 uses old now. How about that? All right, well, hope there was something here for you. Maybe you're new to this particular scent, or maybe even this particular maker. I sure am. And everything went well. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Take care and good night.